Good morning, good afternoon, and or good evening. Whatever time you find this video, I hope it finds you well. I've been playing a lot more Magic Origins duels. Unfortunately, I've been playing versus battles quite a bit. I've got a whole bunch of different new decks that I've been playing. But I've been doing extremely well. I built this red deck with the new cards, and I think it's done exceptionally well. As you can see, I finally got 3 Goblin Glory Chasers, and it's just gone uphill from there. I need another Fire Vortex, maybe even another Titan Strength. I know what I'd take out for it too. But all these cards, they're really, really good. I'd probably play more of the Majoring Bully, and I'd definitely play more Dragon Fodder if it were an option. I might even take out a couple of Inferno Fists to play another Call of the Full Moon, because of the two, I find myself enjoying Call of the Full Moon more because I want to attack, not because it's enough damage. It would deal more damage to the blocking creature than the Inferno Fist would. And I have flyers, so that would technically be more worthwhile, to me anyway. Yeah, I'm still playing Pia and Kira Nalaar because they're an excellent source of damage in the late game, if things get to that point. Decent source of artifacts, just swing out with the Thopter Engineer. But I might take it out if I were to get the actual Chandra Planeswalker. Also, I finally got a Foundry of the Consoles. That's a really nice card in the slide deck. I'm only playing 21 lands, and only one of these means it's extremely unlikely I'll get that as my second land, and it would make it difficult for me to play things. But if I were playing the Majoring Bully, it wouldn't bother me as much. As you can see, I've got plenty of 2 casting cost cards. The Ember Hauler is the only card that would really hurt from me playing the Foundry on my second turn. It doesn't happen that often. I'm still playing, of course, 61 cards out of 60. It has not stopped me. In fact, I've done pretty well. I think, yeah, player info. I have rank. I'm at master rank so far. I still need to complete quite a few. I need to attach 4 auras to the same creature. I need to tap or sacrifice 5 artifacts I control outside of combat in a single turn. Control 20 elves, tested battle. I have a lot of different things, but let's see what I've actually accomplished. I've got Mind Grind, Necromancer's Assistant, Acolyte of the Inferno, Sage Animist, Solo Battler. Oh yeah, I've gone over 100 solo battles. And here's all of this. I've Versus Battler, 10 Versus Battles, Novice, Apprentice, Legend, Expert, Master, Collection Builder. I've opened more than 10. I've got a Mythic Rare card, Tactician, won a duel with a custom deck, Necromastery, Airborne, Air Superiority, Millstone. I've milled my own creatures, Delver of Secrets, Treacherous Urge, sacrificed opponent's creatures. Yeah, as you can see, I've done quite a few interesting things. I've got 32 of 49 achievements, so if I wanted to, I guess, yeah. I don't know if these are mine. I don't think this is unlocked yet because I need to. It's not in color, I think. But these are the next ones I need to do, which are going to be difficult. I think this one should be done pretty quick. Daily quests, 500 daily quests. Yeah, that's going to take a while to do all of that. Wow, that's pretty neat. I could probably do that, but I need to actually get Jace to do that. Yeah, I'd have to actually have the Planeswalkers to do that. Which brings me to the next thing I'm going to do. I've got 1,500 gold coins, and so I'm going to go ahead and get a bunch of boosters. Let's go with 8. Confirm. Alright, let's open 1 for now. That's my 3rd Bonded Construct. I have a Thopter Spy Network. I can actually play that in a deck now. I know what I build for it. Next booster. That's 2 Languish. I wonder if it layers up. That should be my 3rd Meteorite. I mean, if I can't play more than 2 of a rare in a deck, does that mean, is it possible for me to get 3 of the same rare, or does it eventually work away? I wonder. I've got 1 of those now. I've got 2 Sphinx's Tutelage. I could actually build a pretty decent control deck, in my opinion. Let's see. Got 2 of those. They're completely useless to me. Ah! We've got our 3rd Fiery Impulse. Finally. That's pretty nice. see. We have 2 Gilt Leaf Winnower now. And we have a Shadows of the Past. That's pretty good, actually. The Scry ability is pretty good. The life gain is pretty good, because I know what deck I'd put this in. My Jund deck, although I need to think about it. Let's see what else we're getting. Rock Maulers. We have 2 Gia's Revenge now. Interesting. We have 2 of these, and I think that might be 2 of those as well. We've got quite a few cards. They're really starting to pile up now. I've got an Avaricious Dragon. I might take out Pia and Karen Nalar for this. Because drawing 2 cards every turn, that would give me my slide deck a little bit more of an advantage. And gosh, that would just be really, really strong. And I think this is my 4th Disperse. Gosh, that's going to be pretty good. And my last, well, I've got 2 more boosters to purchase. And that's my 4th Bonded Construct. And another Despoiler of Souls. That's my 2nd Zendikar Incarnate. And my 2nd Rune Turner. Not bad. Alright. And then buy these next 2. Confirm. Alright. Open. That is a 3rd Titan Strength. And we got a Jace. Well, now we can look forward to unlocking that achievement. Huh, so we have a Jace and a Liliana now. I think that's 2 of the Void Mage, possibly a 3rd. That should be 3 of the Shaman, or maybe 2. I'm not completely certain. Oh wow, the slide deck just got that much more powerful. Final one. An Abbot of Carol Keep. Interesting. Interesting. And we got a Reclusive Artificer. Yeah, we've got some interesting cards for some interesting decks. Auramancer, Knightly Valor. Yeah, okay. Well, shoot. Looks like we got we've got 2 Anointed Champions, 2 Auramancer, 3 of those. Wow. 3 Knightly Valor. That should be all I'll ever get of those, I would hope. Got 3 of those now. And we've got 1 Knight of the Pilgrim's Road. That's an interesting card, I guess. 3 Tuppen Freeblade. Now, that's enough to actually play them. I've only had 1 this whole time. 2 of the Vryn Wingmare. Decent card. Might work in a land destruction deck. Slow down certain types of decks, let's just say. We have 1 Fairy Miscreant. That's kind of slowing me down. I need to get 4 of those. But, you know. 2 Sphinx Tutelage, 2 Void Mage, 1 Thopter Spy Network, 1 Tower Geist. Some interesting things. 2 of the Winnower, 2 Despoiler of Souls. That is a very fast card to get out. You can't block with it, but you just swing out anyway. Need to get more Infernal Scarring, though. 2 Languish. That's enough to build a control deck. 4 Reef Soul. 3 Nantucket Husk. I have 3 Necromantic Summons now. Interesting. That might be worthwhile. I mean, I don't know if I'd play all 3 of them, but it's interesting. And Shadow of the Past, definitely. 2 Undead Servant. 1 Shambling Ghoul. There's the Avaricious Dragon. Oh, wow. I need to go ahead and put that in the deck. Wow. 3 Fiery Conclusion. 3 Fiery Impulse. 3 Titan Strength. 2 Subterranean Scout. Starting to get into the green cards. 2 Elvish Visionary. 3 Gather the Pack. 2 Gia's Revenge. Wow. 3 Nissa's Pilgrimage. That's a deck. That's just a deck right there and there. Orchard Spirit. 2 Titanic Growth. That's enough to start thinking about making a mono green. There's a lot of decent cards that will work in mono green. Got Wild Size, Titanic Growth, Primal Bellow, etc., etc. There's the one that's Might of the Masses, I believe. Got 2 Rock Maulers. That's enough to build a deck with those. Now, I've got 1 Possessed Scab. Returns instant sorcery or creature card, which is what blue and black do very well. And if it would die, you exile it instead. We've got 1 Reclusive Artificer. We have 4 Bonded Construct. That's enough if I had haste creatures, which I might with the mono red deck if I get more of the engineers. 2 Blazing Hellhound. That's enough to. Oh, I already had that. 2 Shaman of the Pack. Yeah, I thought so. 3 Meteorite. I shouldn't get more than that. I can only play 3 of an uncommon. 2 Rune Servitor. Enough to think about putting that in the deck. 2 Throwing Knife. 1 Veteran Sidearm. And yeah. Interesting. I hope I'm not making anybody sick by going back and forth like that. There's the major. Let's go ahead and work on that on the slide deck. Have to figure out what we're going to take out. I want to keep the Molten Vortex for now. Definitely want to add the other Titan Strength to this. I think I'm going to take out one of the Inferno Fist, because if I'm dealing damage to my opponent, I think the Titan Strength is better, so... Or to the blocking creature, that's 4 damage. Inferno Fist doesn't do enough, and usually I'll end up losing it. Now, it could do 4 damage to a player. It could do 4 damage to a player. But you have to keep that 1 mana open, or you risk losing the card. And it's so much easier to do this on turn 2 if I didn't get a land drop, or, you know, if I need to make sure that I get closer to a card I can use. Now, I could take out another Inferno Fist. You know what? Yeah, I will. And put in another one of the Fiery Impulse. And, of course, having 3 Titan Strength and 3 Fiery Impulse makes me closer to Spell Mastery, which is necessary in this deck. I could take out the Majoring Bully? No. Lots of options. Still looking... Yeah, we still only have 1 of those. And still only have 2 of those. But we're going to take out Pia and Karen Alar. And we're going to put in... Where is it? The Avaricious Dragon. Don't get me wrong, Pia and Karen Alar are excellent cards, but having a 4/4 flyer that lets me draw 2 cards each turn, perfect. In a slide deck, I'm going to be playing both of those cards in 1 turn. More often than not, especially if one of them is a land, or if they're both lands and I get out the Molten Vortex, then I'm discarding both of those lands to deal 4 damage. It's just, I mean, slide decks don't normally get them, and the original slide deck played Dragon Whelp as a 2/3 flyer for 4, so Avaricious Dragon is already good. And it doesn't hurt. I mean, playing that when I get 4 mana, a 4/4 flyer, it makes my opponent think twice before doing something, you know? Now, is there anything else I need to think about putting in the deck? Still have 1 Inferno Fist in here. And it's still a decent card. I can throw it onto a Thopter token, maybe. We'll see. But I still have the Foundry over here, and that. It is possible I would take out the Majoring Bully and put it in the other Rune Servitor. I mean, I don't have to worry as much about protection from red, but the Majoring Bully, I don't know, it pumps up when I cast a non-creature spell. But the Rune Servitor could have haste. Gosh, that is a tough call. Well, I'm not playing enough enchantments, really. And attacking every turn could be a detriment. And even if I lose something to the Rune Servitor, I mean, if they play a Languish or something, they'll draw a card, sure, but I'm going to draw a card for losing it. And, you know, if I draw... In any situation that's equal in a slide deck, you still have an advantage because you're more likely to benefit from it. That's interesting. The corner shows up as a little bit darker than the background. I'm not a programmer, but I think that they might want to clean that up. Oh well. So, I'm going to change the background. Let's go ahead. No, we keep that. I've seen some new backgrounds play. Oh, really? Do I not get... Am I on the wrong thing? Maybe. No. There we go. Still call it Red Rain. 35 red cards. 5 artifact cards. Yeah. And 21 land. Yeah. Very proud of this deck. So... Let's go versus against the hard mode AI. Let's just get in 1 game and see if our changes show up. Just to see if they show up. Could be Bant. That looks like a swamp and a forest in the background. Not sure. Opponent. It's a very common name. I think I will keep. Play the Denizen. We got our Majoring Bully. We only have one of them in the deck. Could be worthwhile to just play the one. Okay. Opponent is off to a bad start. That's the thing about playing a monocolor deck. You get something out. You don't have as much to worry about. Where do I play this? I think Majoring Bully will deal more damage, so we'll play it now. Swing. Next turn we can play the Molten Vortex and the Goblin Glory Chaser, or we can play the Call of the Full Moon on the Majoring Bully and swing out for a ridiculous amount of damage. We shall see. If I play Dragon Fodder, though, this would pump up from the Dragon Fodder, and this would pump up from Dragon Fodder. So it might be worthwhile to take out the Rune Servitor for that. Now they have one black mana available. I think my best bet is to pump them both up without playing the Call of the Full Moon just yet. If that gets pumped up, I'll play the Molten Vortex, which pumps him up. I'll swing for 5. Now we're kind of putting all of our eggs in one basket, but my opponent's playing black and white. They could have life gain, so I need to deal as much damage as possible before they get out a blocker. Now the proper target for the next spell should be the Goblin Glory Chaser, making it into a 4/3. Yeah, they don't have anything that could actually block and kill my creatures now. So if I swing out with this, which will become a 3/3, and this, which is a 4/3, if they block, their creature dies. So the Call of the Full Moon, and this has Trample, so because of the Call of the Full Moon, and it will gain the ability to, well, just it'll have Menace, so it'll take 2 creatures to block him. Don't want to block attack that. Swing. They don't block, and they take 7 damage. Wow. And then we pass turn. Now they could play 2 spells and kill our creature, or they could play a land and cast Languish. They'd lose 2, I'd lose 4. Angel of Tides. Alright. Can't attack you or Planeswalker Controller because they pay 1. Well, I have enough to pay for these 2 to attack. If they block, I can pump up my creature with Titan Strength. Let's go to combat. Confirm. And if they block, 1, 2, 3, they can deal 4 damage to my creature, so we'll do this. My creature has Trample, so the extra amount of damage will still go over. So there'll be 3 here. I will put that on the bottom. They're down to 3 life. I actually could have held on to that land. We'll see what happens. But we've got this one. We've got this one. Nope. Nope. Let's just swing out. They will block the Foundry Street Denizen most likely. No? Okay. And they take 6. That's all she wrote. That's all anybody wrote. Back up to 15 gold coins already. That's kind of impressive, I would think. I'm not sure how. I think it'd probably take 120 coins to foil out the red deck. Can't do that in one sitting. Not in recorded. But let's get into another game just to see what happens. I'd love to keep this, but I can't. That's a good amount of lands. So I'll do this and play Arsonist. Next turn we'll play the Servitor, although in this case it might have been better to have the Majoring Bully. Something to think about. Because it would be pumped up by our spells. Okay. Guess we'll put this out for more damage to deal. So. Hope my voice is coming through alright. I haven't been doing any Weenie Envy episodes. My hands are kind of messed up right now, and I don't know what's going on. This morning I woke up with really bad muscle spasms. Again, I don't really know what's going on. I mean, there's been a lot of other stuff that's happened recently that it's not right for me to say, oh yeah, that's what's keeping me from doing videos. It's just that it's been very hectic at work. Not in a bad way. I mean, it's not that hectic. I don't know how to put it. Also, I'd like to do a shout out to my sister who had emergency surgery last Thursday, and yet she's okay, you know. In fact, on Monday she called the doctor's office to confirm with them that everything was going okay post-surgery, and even told them that she wasn't, oh, that's a good one. But I could deal 3 damage. Let's go ahead and Twin Bolt. She told the doctor that she was not using her pain medication as often, like she was kind of using it, like instead of doing it every 4 hours, she was doing it like as needed. And the doctor's office was impressed that most of the other patients get through all of their pain medication in 2 days. So she's really doing well. I'm really proud of her. Of course, she's tough. Languish. Ooh, Erebos Titan. Wow. I can attack with everything except for the Thopter Engineer and still do something. I'll do this and play the Perilous Mirror, and then I should have enough to Fiery Impulse to kill the creature. So we'll swing out with everything except for the Thopter Engineer. Should be enough damage to kill off the Erebos Titan. Yeah, that'll do 3 there. Except it won't do 3 there. I didn't play the Dragon Fodder. Well, we'll Fire Impulse it now. I feel silly. Well, at least we killed it. And they're at 7 life. Gosh, that was silly of me. I wasn't thinking right. What is the name of that card? There's Terramorphic Expanse and Evolving Wilds. I wonder if they reprint the gates, if we return to Ravnica again, or if we go to a I'm not sure what to put it. Another intermediary type of, kind of like Magic Origins, something that people can get into Magic a little easier with, but they have the gates and then they reprint a land much like Terramorphic Expanse or Evolving Wilds, where you can actually sacrifice it to search for a gate and put it into play tapped. Not quite a Dragon's Maze, but it would go into a Dragon's Maze deck. Make Dragon's Maze a much more powerful deck type, I would think. Wouldn't that be interesting though? Have a land, maybe even make it tap for colorless, but then you could tap and sacrifice it to search for a gate card and put it into play tapped. Doesn't that make sense? So they can block 1 creature. Possibly disperse a creature. Now let's swing out with everything. And that will be game. Even with making the mistake earlier. Okay. And we're already back up to 30 cards. 30 coins. Sorry. Well, I think that has done it. I need to go through each and every one of these decks now and see what cards I can add to them to make them a little bit stronger. Like, I know Steam will be more powerful because of the Thopter Foundry? No, Thopter, whatever it is. But yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you're having a wonderful morning, a wonderful afternoon, and or a wonderful evening. And I hope tomorrow is even better. Take care, everyone.